Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, let us take a look at the summarize function in KQL. To start with, I am looking into a table called as storage blob logs, which is going to store all the logs related to my storage blob. Summarize, as the name says, is used to summarize the data that you want to look at for any analysis purposes. This involves usage of the aggregate functions like count, min, max, average, countif, etc. There could be different other aggregate functions that are supported based on each language that you are using. So in this case, let us see few examples of how summarize can be used in KQL. Like any other step, this is going to involve us using a pipe operator, and then the keyword that we are going to use is summarize. The summarize, it says like produces a table that aggregates the content of the input table. So I'm going to click on summarize. Now let's say that I want to create a column called as total count. I'm going to just type the new column name, and then let's say I want to do a count of operation name. So I'm just going to add a count function here. Then I use the keyword by and operation name. This is going to return me two columns. One is operation name and the number of entries of that particular operation name in this table for the time range that I have selected. In this case, it's last 7 days. Now let's say I want to do a count of operation name but by a different column. In this case, what I will do is I'll just add this operation name inside my count function, and then I'm going to say I want to do it by status code. So this is going to return me a table where this total count is going to be the count of operation names, and the category is going to be status code. You can also add few other functions to this summarize keyword. Let me show you few other examples here. I'm going to add a pipe operator. I'm going to again add one more summarize keyword. Here let's say I want to see the maximum duration, minimum duration and average duration for each of the status code. So let's say to get the maximum duration, I'm going to add a new column called as max time. And then as I said before, we can use the different aggregate functions available in KQL such as max, min, average, count and countif and few other functions. So for this purpose, I'm going to use a max function. Let me say I want to get the maximum duration and I want to get the minimum duration. So in this case, I'm just going to add a comma here, and min time is going to be min of my column is duration ms, and then I want to get the average time. So I'm going to add average of my duration column. Now I'm going to say by status code. So if you remember, this is going to do a step-by-step operation. In this case, this might not work. The reason being, my second step is already returning me only two columns, which is status code and total count. Let me execute and show you this. So as expected, this summarize function will not work because for this function or for this step, it is not going to find any duration ms column at all. So let's say that I am going to comment this. So once I comment this, this will see the duration ms column. Now if I run it, it's going to return me the max time, min time and average time. Now let's say I want to add this total count column also to my output. In this case, what I can go do is I can directly come here, add one more column called as total count. Here I'm just going to use my count function again. So inside count function, I can just input operation name by status code is going to be same because I want to get the count of operation name for that status code. So as you see here, now this additional column is also got added. Now let's see one more example. I want to get the count of entries only if a condition is satisfied. For this, I'm going to add a pipe operator again. I'm going to use the same summarize. I'm going to create a new called as total count. Here, instead of doing a count, I'm going to do count if, because I want to return the count only if a condition is met. As you see here, there are many other functions that you can use in a summarize, but for this example, I'm going to do count if. So I want to see only those records where my duration is greater than 6 seconds. I'm going to say my duration ms greater than or equal to 6, and I want to return this value by status code. Now this is going to return me all the entries where my duration is greater than or equal to 6 for each of the status code. How can we verify if it is working as expected? Now let us add one more column called as all count, and here I'm just going to do a simple count. I'm not going to have a duration filter. So now if you see, my count is going to be much higher than the total count, because total count is getting filtered for where only those cases where the duration ms is going to be greater than or equal to 6, and my all count is going to give me all the records. Now there is one more thing that you can do this. You can continue to use this as a table, or you can use this along with a render function to render a graph out of this data. For example, you can render these kind of charts with your data. Let's say that I want to see this as a column chart. I'm going to render a column chart. So it is going to show me the values as a column chart. If I want this to be shown as a bar chart, I can obviously use the bar chart, and it's going to show me a bar chart representation. Without using render, it's going to show it as a table. There is also one more functionality called as binning, which we will be seeing in a different video. That's all in this video. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe for more similar videos.